everyone, Nick Creticos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you're watching me on Bowdabra, which means it's Monday, more specifically 7 p.m. Eastern. So each and every Monday we are live here on Bowdabra's Facebook page, kind of taking over. We're creating a bunch of bows. We also have a Christmas wreath because it is July, so Christmas in July. So as you guys come in, let us know where you're watching from. Dad is behind the camera, so also thank him for helping us and recording us tonight. So here's the three products we're going to be using. We have our Large Bowdabra on the right, or for the left for you guys. And this tool is the best tool for making bows, more specifically like wreath bows and large bows. You can make tree toppers on this, anything that's kind of full scale. Followed by that, we have the cutest of the three, which is going to be the mini Bowdabra. This is perfect for things like hair bows, smaller textured bows, smaller ribbon bows. You can also use this for non-wired, I think it's pronounced grosgrain ribbon. So, you know, like those little tiny spools, this is perfect for that. Sandy, the creator of Bowdabra, does a bunch of tutorials creating hair bows using it. So we also have our wire, and it looks like Yaya must have poked a hole into it. So let's flip it around. It is a 100-yard spool.
Comes in gold and silver.
Gold and silver. So also, as you guys come in, per usual, each and every week, Bowdabra does give away a free roll of scrunchy ribbon. All you have to do is just let us know you would like to win. And at the end, Bowdabra will choose one lucky winner, and you'll be the winner of free ribbon. So let's get started with our first bow. Just pulling up the video, making sure everything is good. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me okay. Tonight is, you know, usually Mondays are our busiest. You guys know that by now. But today was the busiest because we did host our own class, a Christmas in July class. And we did our finale today, which made me sad. We created a centerpiece. So that was 5 p.m. We're here at 7. After this, we are live in the exclusive Wreath community at 8. And then, if I'm not too pooped, we'll go live on my business page after that. So, you know, most people, when they have a busy day, they hate it. You know, Mondays are my favorite day because we just get so much done. And there's no better feeling than getting a lot accomplished. And let me know if you agree with me on that, because I always feel great when I get all of these things done. So here we have our first ribbon. And I actually accidentally bought like 10 of these rolls last year. I meant to buy, I think maybe 2, and I bought like 10, you know, because I have a tendency of adding a bunch of things to my cart. So we might actually decorate a blue Christmas tree this year. So let me know what you guys think of that. But this is a blue velvet, and I figured we'd start with this. So we're actually going to start with a funky bow, just because I think this is going to look so rich as that. And this ribbon is perfect for all of winter. So, you know, we're going to be doing several Christmas designs tonight. But, you know, you don't have to do specific to Christmas. So for those of you that don't celebrate Christmas, or for those of you wanting to have decorations that last a little bit longer than just the Christmas season, you know, think winter. Here in Massachusetts, it's different than other places. So, you know, if you live in like Nevada or California or Arizona or even Texas, your winter is maybe like a week long when you guys have cold weather. Here, we have snow, we have blizzards, and some years in the past, we've had blizzards in May. So the winter here is very long. So these decorations can last you from, I like to think, you know, the day after Thanksgiving all the way through at least February.
Linda Cook said beautiful color. I agree. This is beautiful blue.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, this is a pretty, it's like a cobalt blue is what I'd call it.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome. So don't forget, too, that Bowdabra is giving away a free roll, like I said. And if you're interested in any of the products we're using tonight, you can purchase them in our affiliate link in the comments section. So with these bows, we're just kind of doing a mirrored image approach. So if we have one loop on one side, we're placing the next one on the other side. And I figure 3 to 5 loops is enough. This would also work great on a present, right?
Yep. Joe said Vegas here. Winter's like one day. Ha ha ha.
Right, Joe? I know. I'm jealous of that. I would love to visit Vegas one of these days. And, you know, like I said, the owner of Bowdabra, you know, she lives around Vegas, and she's got to show me where everything is. Show me all the fun. I've always wanted to go. We were supposed to go for my 21st, but we ended up in New Orleans for Wreath Makers Live, which, you know, we had just as much fun as we probably would have in Vegas. But one of these days we'll make a trip.
Definitely. I'd like to go see the WSOP tour.
Well, you've been to Vegas, haven't you?
Yeah, but not since I was a kid.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Dad's dad actually used to be a truck driver, and my dad's been to every state other than, of course, Hawaii and Alaska. But I have him beat. Well, no, I don't have him beat, because he did live in Canada for a bit, but I have traveled overseas. I guess that's where I have him beat. But Dad's been everywhere, which has always made me jealous ever since I was a little kid, because I love to explore and see different areas. So So we have one little final piece of ribbon. We can work that in if we wanted to. Let's just stick it in like that, right? Let's do that. Now we can compress it. If you guys don't mind hitting that like and share button, I greatly appreciate it. It helps us inspire others. And, you know, hopefully for those of you that have Bowdabras, this video will be informative and teach you guys how easy it truly is to use. So what you saw me do is I just took my wires from one side to the other and secured it. But you can also use your Bowdabra wand. So this does come with the device. And I like to keep it real with you guys. I don't use this a whole lot. My bows have never been super full. Well, I take that back. Sometimes they're full, but I never really exceed past this point. So now that we can take it out, we can secure it from behind. So we have the wires on the surface. I like to give it one final tug, and while I tug, I flip it over and secure from behind. This would also be a perfect patriotic ribbon too.
That's a beautiful color.
Right? All right, let's dovetail now. So to dovetail, we take our tails, fold them in half, and cut from the middle out towards the wired edge. Linda has her mini Bowdabra but haven't used. I can't find the regular one in stores near me. So Linda, we've got you covered. Down below, you can click the link and order your large Bowdabra from it.
She wore blue velvet. Yeah, Bobby Vinton song.
Yeah, this is a pretty ribbon.
Very pretty.
So velvet has always been one of my favorites. And out of every ribbon I use, 2 weeks of the year, that's it, you guys. 2 weeks when we do our fresh Christmas designs, I use more velvet than any other ribbon throughout the entire year. We go through, I'd say, about 2,000 yards of red velvet every year. And it just continues to grow and get, you know, more velvet and more velvet. So I use this so much that at Christmas time, my fingers are red from all the felt that's on it, which is kind of funny. But we have a couple tails left on this side. Don't want to miss any because Dad will yell at me.
Nope, I don't yell.
He does. You guys should see it after the video's over. You forgot a tail.
No, no, no.
All right. Well, I guess not. All right. 3 tails left. And then we can fluff this open. Question, when you put the wire in, are you creating a loop with the wire on one side? Yes, Gene. So we're just taking the wire and folding it in half. And after we do this bow, I'll be able to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So that's one more. We have one more tail. And then we can show you. So again, if you're just tuning in, Bowdabra is giving away a free roll of ribbon.
Scrunchy ribbon?
Scrunchy ribbon. All you have to do is just let us know you want to win. So let's fluff this out, and then I can show you what I mean by fold the ribbon or the wire in half. So to fluff, pull apart your loops, bring one to one side, move the other to the other side.
Yes, Sandy, it is wired.
Yes, wired ribbon. This wire is wire too, and it's covered in a coating, which makes it that much sturdier. Fluff, adjust, like so. And look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful.
What do you guys think of blue velvet? Obviously, it's not red velvet, but I still think it's very pretty. And I'm still not sure. What do you guys think? Should we use this in our Christmas tree this year? Do a blue and silver tree?
That would be beautiful. I think that would be awesome,
right?
yeah.
And for all of our Hanukkah friends, you know, do a blue wreath or something. I think that would look pretty. All right, so that's one wreath. That's one bow. Now we'll switch over, but I'm going to show you the wire before I forget. I just take a length. Always cut it longer than you anticipate on using. So this piece is about 28 inches or so. Take it, fold it in half, and when you fold it in half, you're going to have a loop on one end, and you're going to have an open end on the other, like that. Would love to win some ribbon, says Mike. Take your wire now and just place it in the middle. That's easy, as easy as that. Yeah, Linda, I think it would be a beautiful tree as well. So now let's do a summary bow. So we're going to use this green ribbon. This came from Sam's Club. Look at that. It's a nice lime green.
Where do you plug it in?
Right?
I like it, though.
Right, it's like neon. Cut off your tail first. Take your tail. You don't have to measure it. Sometimes I like my tails longer on one side than the other, but in today's case, let's do it perfectly in the middle. Now we're going to do a traditional bow. So even though we just created a winter Christmas bow, we did a funky version of that. This is my go-to for Christmas. Take your ribbon, place it in. Notice what I did there too. I call that an overhang. You never want to take your ribbon. You know, don't be stingy with it. Don't take it and place it like that, because as soon as you tug, it'll fall right out. So always leave about, I'd say, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Then
safety net.
Safety net, exactly. Better be safe than sorry. Create your loop, and I am twisting my Bowdabra. So I like to move my Bowdabra instead of my hands. Good evening, Lynn. She says, good evening, Nick and Dad. Love watching you design. I have learned so much from you, Nick. Would love to win some ribbon. Thank you, Lynn. And who enjoys us here in Bowdabra? We always love your feedback. So if you want to see more of these videos, let us know. Create your next ribbon or next loop. Come back in, do another loop. Continue on. So unfortunately, the supplies for the sunflower kit didn't arrive today, but it should arrive tomorrow, which means by next Monday, we can do a yellow sunflower and blue gingham wreath, which is going to be perfect for, I'd say, spring, summer, and fall. So let me know if you guys still want to see that sunflower wreath demo, because we definitely can save that for Monday.
Bowdabra says, we love you here. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you. Sandy or Terry, thank you.
Yes, guys, thank you.
And it's funny because Terry actually has the most adorable little puppy, and his name is Buttons. So how
cute
is that? So every time I say the word button,
how cute is that?
Terry told me that he perks up and looks up, which is adorable, you know. So we did 4 or 5 loops on either side. This side we did 4, and this side we did 5. So it doesn't matter. We got that question asked last week. Does it matter if we do an even number or an odd number? And the truth is, not at all. Doesn't make any difference. You know, the more loops you have, the more full your bow is going to be. So getting back to closing your wire, see how I have that open end on one side and closed end on the other? Watch what happens when I turn it. It's opposite. And guess what? It doesn't make a difference at all. All you're going to have to do is just bring those 2 wires to the middle, right? And then pull through the loop, and you're good to go. So, Patricia would love gold ribbon. Hello, Steve and Nick. Enjoy watching y'all. Would love to win some ribbon. Thank you, Marie. Now we're going to tie it from behind. Secure. I like to give it 2 or 3 knots. We can pull those tails down. And here's kind of a loose bow with not too many loops. Only 5 on one side, 4 on the other. If we did 6 on either side, it would be a little bit more fuller. If we did 7, it would be even more fuller. I prefer my bows to be on the lighter side because I love coming back in with more texture to soften my bows with flowers and greenery. And you guys are going to see that in a few short minutes as we design our wreath. But here is the perfect, you know, loose traditional bow. See? With those long tails. I believe the longer the tail, the better in these cases. I think no matter how small your bow portion is, when you have those long tails really, you know, creating streamers down below, it always looks so nice. So that's that bow. Give some hearts. What do you think of this?
I love it.
I love that green too. You're right. It looks like we plugged this in. It's
beautiful,
it's
yeah.
like neon. So let's get started with the Christmas wreath because that's the next thing. So we're going to make our wreath. So here's the ribbon. This ribbon actually is available in our shop. And it's a beautiful 1.5 inch red and green. And we're actually going to do something a little bit different. We're going to start off with tails.
Joe, yes, the wire comes in gold and silver only.
Gold and silver, yes. Cut our long tails. I'm just going to cut these at an angle for something different. Doesn't have to be always dovetailing. Take the tail. I'm going to place it into the Bowdabra. And this is where we're going to do something different because I also have the same ribbon in 2.5 inch version in my shop. So this is left over from a bow that we made here in Bowdabra last week or the week before. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to create some, you know, of the same ribbon, but just different sizes within the bow. So we're going to cut tails about 6 to 8 inches. Loops are only going to have to be about 4.5 inches. Take that first piece, place it in. The wire is the best. It is. It's great wire. And it's easier on your hands too. Now we're going to come back in with the 1.5 inch. So you're not going to notice the color difference because it's the same, but you're definitely going to notice the texture difference from a distance.
Hi, Edna.
Hey, Edna. Coming back in with that loop now. Another 2.5 inch. I don't know how many we can squeeze out of this, but at least 3, which is what I'm going for. Create your next loop. We create a bunch of little awareness ribbons. That's what these look like to me. See how we have the 2 tails on on the bottom and then the loop up top. Come back in with that. Coming back in with another 1.5 inch. And watch the way this turns out, you guys. It's going to be very pretty with the same ribbon, just different widths. Let's see, how big do I want this? So about, like I said, 3.5 inch, 4 inch loops. Tail is about 6 to 8 inches.
Very pretty ribbon too.
Isn't it?
Yep.
I like this ribbon. All right, and then our final piece of this, 2.5 inch. And then we'll come back in with one more loop of the 1.5 inch. Snip that off, throw out our scraps. Place it inside our Bowdabra. And then our final piece.
You know, Nick, you should save the scraps for like a year. You can make a pillow probably.
Probably. We could sell pillows, right? We'll sell pillows on Nick's Seasonal Decor made out of ribbon ends. And then you're going to wake up and there's going to be like little pieces of wire stuck on you, you know? All right, final piece. Work it in. Uh-oh. You know what we forgot?
Your wire.
Our wire. So I'll show you guys in case you do that, because it's not if you do that, it's a matter of when. It'll absolutely happen to you. I just cut a length, same way we would have placed it into the Bowdabra. Now what you can do is you can just take it out of your Bowdabra. Make sure everything's contained within. Right? Bring it to one side. Pull those two tails through that loop. See here we have the loop on the top. Making sure it's going through. And then just tie it off. So obviously you're going to want to do it in the beginning, but in case you mess up, like I just did, it's not going to make a huge difference. You'll still get it, and it'll be fine. Tie it off. And there's the bow. So before we secure it to the wreath, we're going to quickly dovetail all of these tails. Then we're going to add some greenery, followed by some berries. It's going to be a simple wreath, but this is going to be the perfect wreath to give to your friends, your family, teachers. Don't forget about our teachers, you guys. So you can send this to, you know, your grandkids' teachers or your kids' teachers. I'm sure they would appreciate a very simple wreath that wasn't too expensive or too hard to make. All right. So just dovetailing. I don't remember how many tails, but, well, yeah, because we did 3 of each. That means we have 6 tails of each ribbon, so a total of 12 tails. Not like I'll sit there and remember the count that I'm at, but it's still nice to know.
Well, guys, you get to learn a little math along with learning how to make a bow.
Hey, a jack of all trades, right? All right, I think that's all of them. I'm going to double check real quick, and it is. Clean up our workstation a little bit. Hi, Antoinette. So Bowdabra has shared our affiliate link for the Bowdabra wire in case you guys are interested. Now we're going to take an old 14-inch grapevine wreath. So this came from Michael's. However, we do have the 14-inch in stock on our site, but we're just going to take that bow and place it up here. Find where we secured it. I'm just bringing that wire to the surface. We're going to tie it really tight. Give it a couple knots, 2-3 knots at the minimum. And then what we can do is just cut off that wire. So the back of this wreath is going to be nice and clean. All you're going to just see is one loop of wire, and that's it.
Sandy says, thank goodness, no algebra.
I know, right, Sandy? Hey, Brian, nice to see you. Thank you. Brian, I haven't spilled the beans to everybody yet. But yeah, I did post with the exclusive Wreath community some exciting news, but we'll reveal that to everybody else soon. But I appreciate those kind words, and I'm so excited to meet you next week at Wreath Makers Live. So for those of you guys that don't know, we will be at Wreath Makers Live on my birthday. We arrived the 28th, which is crazy because, you know, it feels like it's been forever, and it also feels like it was yesterday since we went. Doesn't it, Dad? It feels kind of crazy how long it's actually been. So fluff that bow. We're going to take those long tails, bring them down. And that's what you can get using the same ribbon, just different widths. Isn't that kind of visually interesting with all of the different, you know, thicknesses of the ribbon?
Yeah.
Something different.
Antoinette says, great to see you.
Hey, Antoinette.
Hi, Antoinette.
Pull those tails apart. All right. We don't need to fiddle with it too much. We got plenty to make here.
I love that color ribbon.
I do too. All right. There's that. Now we can come back in with some pine. This pine, we're actually getting in stock a similar version. It should arrive tomorrow at nickseasonaldecor.com. But everything else, we do have the berries. I'm not sure if we were getting more in because you guys sold out so fast. So thank you all so much for that. But this is just a very basic greenery. So we're just going to take that, dip it in our glue skillet, lift up. I'm going to just place these pieces throughout. So by breaking it up too, you guys, so if you've never made a wreath before, I'll give you a quick little tip. By spacing things out snipping your stem short, you're able to really distribute that product evenly so it doesn't look bulky, and also, you know, cut back on the cost. Never take your whole stem and just, you know, shove it into a wreath. Break them into little pieces. It'll work in your favor, trust me.
So Wreath Makers Live is in Dallas.
Dallas, yes. And we love Dallas. This is going to be our third time in Dallas, or fourth time? Third time, I want to say. Dad can answer.
Third, I think, yeah.
Third? I think third. And it's such a fun state. Texas is so much fun.
Oh, I love it.
And it's so different from, you know, Massachusetts. I mean, it's like night and day how different the two states are, but it's awesome.
The only thing that scares me is the 8-lane highways.
I know, those highways are scary, you guys. 8-lane highways.
They come flying in from the left and flying in from the right.
Speed limit, like here in Massachusetts, we max out at 65 miles per hour. There's no 75s or 80s here. I'm pretty sure there's 75, you know, highways there, if not more.
Big highways.
But yeah, you don't want to cut nobody off on those highways. So we're going to snip another piece of this greenery. Right?
Yeah.
Like so. Take this. We're going to just dip it in here. Snip it off. And work it into the bow. You guys have heard me do that before. I hope my bows will begin to look as good as yours do. They absolutely will, Linda. And always keep that mindset. You know, don't think your bows will look as good as mine. Hope and wish and just know that your bows will not only look like mine, they'll look better than mine. So, you know, aim high, you guys. This is a very simple bow, and anybody and everybody can make this. It just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of trial and error. That's what it comes down to. So I'm just taking a little bit of that pine and just sticking it into the bow. And look at the difference it makes, right? What a big difference. Take our final piece, place it there. Fluff it out. Now we're going to switch over to berries. So these are the only berries I have left. You know, like I said, everybody sold us out of these last week, or maybe even 2 weeks ago now. But we're just going to snip them off. And we're going to use these. And we're only going to add 3 sprays worth, if that. And it's going to still be more than enough. Don't forget about inside your bow. What do you guys think? Isn't this turning out really pretty? I'm starting to really like funky bow, says Edna. Awesome.
Sandy Hughes says beautiful.
Thank you, Sandy.
Sandy says, where does one buy wreath boxes for shipping? You just got to look around, figure out what size you need, and just keep buying whatever you can. We've bought from Staples, from Home Depot, from
Anywhere
boxes.
and everywhere.
Yeah, anywhere you can find them for a reasonable price.
It just depends, you know? Some boxes are better off, you know, at Staples, and some online. Some, you know, we've been lately getting a lot of our boxes from a local company to us.
Yeah.
And, you know, they get them however they get them, and then we buy from kind of the middleman. But in doing so, you're supporting another small business, which is really nice. So
You might even have one in your area. You never know.
We didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know, no.
We didn't know. And you don't know until you kind of look around. All right, so that's 2 sprays. Should we work in 1 more berry spray?
I don't know. That might be enough. I don't know.
That might be enough,
yeah,
too.
that might be enough.
So let's show.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, definitely. It looks great.
What do you think, you guys? Maybe trim that tail up a little bit. I'm going to just trim one tail ever so slightly. And this berry spray, still a little long for my liking, so we'll snip that off. Dip it in our glue skillet once more.
Get your
poke that
get your
back
little
in.
glue off. There you go. You saw it,
See,
Nick?
I have glue strings too, you guys. I get glue strings too. None of us are invincible. Yeah, I think that turned out really pretty. Maybe one of my favorite wreaths here on Bowdabra.
You got some Bowdabra wire following you.
Oh, I do. See, you guys? What do you think?
Told you that wire's the best.
It turned out really pretty, right?
It did. It's awesome.
Thank you. So, again, we have that ribbon and the grapevines in stock, but now it's time to switch over. So we got 6 minutes. That wreath took us a little bit longer, but that's just a slightly more detailed wreath. And I mean, who wouldn't enjoy buying one of those from friends and family or receiving it as a gift? You know, it's very simple and fun. You know, that's what it's all about, is having fun with it. So we're going to do 1 more on our large, and then we'll switch over to our mini. Thank you all for the hearts. Thank you, guys. So Noli, on my 21st birthday, which is crazy that it's going to be 2 years now, it was actually in New Orleans. which was really fun. Really, really
Boy, we
fun.
had a ball there.
My gosh, from what I remember, whew, that was a fun trip. But for this bow, we're going to do a 3-2-1. Still not even sure if that's what people call them, but we're going to take our ribbon, place it into our Bowdabra, create one loop on one side. And again, I rotate my Bowdabra. You might want to twist your hands instead. It's all about trial and error, getting it to your liking. So what I mean by twist your hands, you can take your ribbon and come back like that. But I find it easiest just to give it half a turn. Create 3 similar sized loops on either side. Yes, don't forget about joining Bowdabra's fan gallery too, you guys. So if you're looking for more inspiration, Bowdabra has their fan gallery where tons of designers post pictures. And we also have Nick's Seasonal Decor crafting community where we have thousands of members that actually have their Bowdabras, and they constantly share pictures of bows they create all the time. So both of those are great places to find more inspiration. So 3 loops on either side. Now we'll come back in with 2 more. And these 2 are only going to be about 2.5 inches or so. Draw out some ribbon. This is the perfect watermelon ribbon. So summer's not over yet. Even though we've transitioned to Christmas, fall and Christmas and Halloween, summer's still going on. So this is the perfect summer bow.
Everybody wants to win.
So again, the second loop on this side, only about 2.5 inches. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want it somewhat similar. Now we're going to do the infamous button loop. So just cut
next little button.
my little button. Just cut it about 1.5 inches or so. Maybe even a little bit shorter. That's a little bit long for me. Doesn't have to be long at all. It's just to cap off your bow. Again, a slight overhang. Take your wires, bring them out to the middle, tie it off by bringing the wires to the back, give it a couple knots, and that's what the bow looks like. So now what we gotta do is fluff that out. So pull those loops from side to side. We have 3 big loops, right? And you could do this with other ribbons too. We're just using one color today. We are on a time crunch, but you can absolutely be using 2 ribbons or 3 and have the button a separate ribbon. We've done that before here on Bowdabra, and it's turned out really pretty. And look at that bow.
Very pretty.
What was that? 2 minutes worth of work?
Yeah.
And look what you're able to create, you guys.
Did I miss the winner, Nick?
Oh my gosh. I posted earlier that the winner is Marie Watson. Congratulations, Marie. Let's all congratulate her on winning.
Congratulations, Marie.
We got 2 minutes left, so let's make a mini bow using our mini Bowdabra. But earlier in the exclusive Wreath community, Dad, I posted saying that fall at Hobby Lobby is 40% off. And member Brian just said he dropped $1,800 thanks to me. So I'm so sorry about that, Brian. If I had more time, if the Christmas and July class didn't start within like an hour before I got home, I probably would have done the same. And then I would have snuck out through the back so Yaya didn't see me. Because Yaya always gives me trouble when I buy things. Because there's so many goodies there. And I just went 40 off today. So let's do a mini. We're going to do a traditional bow tie. Cut 2 tails or 1 tail, about 10 inches or so. Place that into your mini Bowdabra using the wire. Come back in with 2 loops on either side. And Bowdabra has released their own ribbon collection, partnering with Morex. So if you want some ribbon kits while purchasing your Bowdabra, they offer kits with their ribbon. They also offer, just ribbon kits if you already have a Bowdabra, or if you need one, it has it in it. There's so many different options at Bowdabra.com. Our link is in the comment section. So that's 2 loops. Come back in with 1 more on this side. And then, what are we going to do, Dad?
Little button loop.
Little button loop. So you can actually just stick that in now and then cut it off if it's easier for you. It's all about convenience for yourself. Like that. Now we can take our wires, bring them to the middle, tie it off by taking those wires to the back, and tie. Just like that. Now separate. And we will have pictures sent over to Bowdabra, and they'll be sharing it on their social media. So if you see our bows on Instagram or Facebook, let us know.
Woohoo! Perrette said the Red Sox just hit a grand slam.
Wow.
Sweet. Thank you for the update.
Yes. All right. And that's using
That's so cute, huh?
Right? So you can also be doing full-size bows on your mini. I do not recommend going out of your way just to purchase that for full size. I would recommend the large over the mini for large bows. You know, obviously it has the large in the name. But this, you're still able to create big bows. Like you can create something like this on that as well. Just might be a little bit more tedious, but you can pick up both as like a package deal. And our link, again, is in the comment section. Once again, congratulations to Marie Watson, I believe. Be sure to send Bowdabra a message, and they will send your choice of ribbon your way. Color choices are red, silver, and gold. I want to thank you for all of the likes and shares and for joining us. We are live here in Bowdabra each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor. We love you guys. Thank you for watching, and let me know which of the bows we made today are your favorite. This is my favorite bow that we made, but my favorite, I don't know. I like this bow too. I don't know. Don't ask me. I asked you guys, but I don't know the answer either. I love this with the berries. So, you know, less is more, and this was very simple to make. So again, thank you all. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Sandy. And we'll see you all next Monday at 7 Eastern. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Terry and Sandy. Good night.